Yeah, go right ahead.
Still got that utility trailer, 6x6 utility trailer. Nice trailer, 2-inch ball, good looking trailer, tailgate on it. I take $500 for it. And the number to call is 865-830-2164. Appreciate trading time.
Is it 2164? Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right, we got you covered. 865. You're welcome, though. You take care. 865-830-2164. Trading time. You got our password.
Charlotte's Pawn Shop.
That is it. Go right ahead.
I got a 2003 Cadillac STS Seville, 88,000 miles. It's a good car, good tires, good interior. It's got a little bit of damage to the passenger door, but it's functional. Make somebody a good car, I'd take $2,500 for it.
Okay.
My number is 865-680-6858.
865-680-6858. All right, we got you covered, buddy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Trading time, you got our password.
Shylock's Pawn Shop.
Yeah, it's Shylock's Pawn Shop. You're right. Go right ahead.
I'm got a 94 S10. It's got new front end redone, and it's been duck heads lined up. And it's got a new heat and air system on it. And it's got a aluminum toolbox stuck across the back of it.
Okay.
I take $1,200 for it. I'm getting 800 foot of white oak lumber. It's been stacked in my barn for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. It's strip stacked, and I want to sell it, and I got some trailers I want to sell. What's his number, Mama? 945 5144.
All right, 865-945-5144. We got you covered, buddy.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You take care.
You too.
Bye. Trading time, you got our password.
Yes, sir, David. It's Shylock Pawn Shop.
Buddy, you're right all over there, Pat. How you doing today?
I'm doing very well, David. Hope we're doing good.
Doing good. Thank you, buddy.
I've got these brand new LED lights. The 4-footers are $15. The 8-footers are $22. And they can call for more details on those. Then I have a real nice riding lawnmower. It's a 46-inch cut irons. They can also call for details on that. And I've got a snap-on MIG welder. It's the type that uses the argon gas. It's a real nice MIG welder. I'm asking $450 on it. And I've got the metal and also the plastic 55-gallon barrels. And I have the power poles. Long as somebody brings their own chainsaw and somebody help them load them up, it's $1 per foot, whatever they cut off these. And my wife still has all these books for sale. Somebody come by and buy all these, we'll let them go for 50 cents a piece.
Okay.
And my number is 406-5684. David, appreciate trading time. I sure hope we have a nice afternoon.
Well, thank you, Pat. You too. You take care.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. And Pat's number is 865-406-5684. And our number here is 457-1380 or 877-711-4005. Shylock's Pawn Shop. Shylock's Pawn Shop. That is your password. Trading time. Well, are you still there? Hello? I may have cut them off. I'm not too sure. That was kind of a tricky little move there. 457-1380, 877-711-4005. That is the number. Shylock's Pawn Shop. They're located at 1204 Clinch Avenue. That's the 25W going out of South Clinton over there. Big selection of firearms, musical instruments, jewelry, ATV, electronics, In other words, anything that you know that a pawn shop's going to have, they got plenty of it. They've been there for a long time. It's been a little while since I've been in their store, but the last time I was there, they had, man, that thing was packed out. It was, they had a lot of stuff in that store. Trading Time, you got our password?
Yeah, it's Sherlock Pawn Shop, baby.
It sure is. How you doing, Bob?
Buddy, I'm just kicking back here watching you with that pretty little red shirt on.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's my birthday shirt. Well, no, that might be my Christmas shirt. I get them mixed up. I don't know which one's which.
I know what you mean there. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, we had a little snow on the cars this morning.
We did. And, you know, I had to go to Knoxville. I went to the doctor, and there was pretty good little snow over there. It wasn't none on the roads, but now the ground was covered.
Yeah. Yeah, when I left up there this morning, up there at the therapy, there was a guy on his phone, and he was showing another guy the picture up La Follette there. Wherever he's at La Follette, they had 3 inches there on the up there at La Follette there. And it's still coming down then. I don't know how much they got up there, but it was real pretty there when I was up there. Boy, look out the window, it was really coming down.
Yeah, I know it. It sure was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We'll wind up getting a big snow before the winter's over, I guess.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I wouldn't be a bit surprised there.
Well, it'd be all right.
Yeah, David. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heck, yeah. Yeah, I remember we was talking about up there, you know, they called and canceled the school, you know. And I said, I used to walk to school, it was a foot deep.
I know it. Yeah, they didn't,
you know,
there wasn't no snow days back then, was there?
Yeah, up there at Harlan you did, buddy. I'm telling you, up there in the mountains you sure did. Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah. Well, I put my little thing on here. David, I'm looking for something.
All right.
And I thought I might want something. I'm looking for it's a 22 Magnum pistol, and it's the Northern Arms. And it's the one with a 2-inch or 3-inch barrel. It's a pretty neat little gun. I've seen them before. I've had some of the short barrel ones, but I'd like to have one with a little bit longer barrel. If anybody's got one out there, I'd be glad to talk to them about it. And my phone number is 435-6855, David.
All right, 865-435-6855.
Yes, sir.
We got you covered, Bob.
You have a good night, sir.
Thank you, Bob. You too. Bye-bye. Trading Time, you got our password?
Sherlock Pawn.
That's it. Go right ahead.
I got 3 old cars I'd like to give to somebody to get out of the yard if they'll come and haul them off.
Okay.
Number is 865-426-9322.
All right, 865-426-9322.
Thank you.
All right, buddy, you are welcome. You take care. All righty, let me give you that number again. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's listening that would like to go get those cars and sell them for scrap. They're not selling for a lot anymore, but if you're getting them given to you to start off with, then everything you got in is profit. 865-426-9322. 426-9322. And our number here is 457-1380. Toll free is 877-711-4005. Shylock's Pawn Shop, and Shylock's has cash for you.
You know, the pandemic has been hard on everyone. If you need extra cash, Shylock's Pawn is paying top dollar for gold, firearms, and ammo. In fact, there's a high demand for items like video games, laptops, TVs, power tools, lawn equipment, musical instruments, DVD and VHS players, motorcycles, boats, ATVs, and heavy equipment. Turn your unwanted items into cash. Call or stop by Shylock's today. 1204 Clinch Avenue in Clinton, 865-457-2960. And remember, Shylock's has cash for you.
Experience, reputation, results. 3 reasons you should trust the law firm of Fox and Farley. Too often, those who are injured on the job have difficulty receiving the compensation and benefits they're legally due. If you think you're a victim of an on-the-job accident or illness, call Fox and Farley now. The sooner that Fox and Farley is on your case, the sooner you'll receive the benefits you're due. Call 457-6440 today for a free consultation with the Fox and Farley legal team. 457-6440.
Traditions are what make the holiday season such a unique and magical time of year. Hi, I'm Ray Varner at Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, and we're here to help your family make memories during our Built for the Holiday sales event. Decorate your driveway in a new 2020 Ford Escape. It's all-wheel drive, $23,435 after rebate, or choose 0% financing up to 60 months. A new 2020 Ford Fusion with a bold design and comfortable ride, $17,981. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we're bringing lots of joy with holiday deals. Take $10,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford Expedition XLT 4x4, $55,790 after rebate, or choose 0% financing up to 72 months. Surprise your loved one with a new 2020 F-150 4x4 Super Crew XLT. It's a 302A package. Sale price $22,388 with over $11,000 off MSRP. Make memories this holiday season during our Built for the Holiday sales event at Ray Varner Ford. Shop now, save now at your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Ray Varner Ford in Clinton or RayVarnerFord.com. Stock number T6618 C673 T6322 B27831. That's Ray Varner Ford discount Ford tax rebate Ford tax financing with trade system.
WYSH Tennessee weather. For your weather today, look for plenty of clouds across East Tennessee with spots of rain, even some flurries and snow showers as we rise through the 30s. On the way home this afternoon, more drops and flakes are possible under mostly cloudy skies and highs in the lower 40s. From the CaptainAccurate.com Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist David Aldridge for WYSH.
WYSH AM 1380.
All righty, 457-1380, 877-714-0005. That is our numbers here. And I'm going to give you Jay Carter's home phone number here in just a minute. I want about 25 of you to call him after midnight. Now, don't call him before midnight, because he don't like to talk till it gets about midnight. And then he kind of gets talky, you know, and he likes to talk after that. So here in just a minute, I'm going to give you his phone number. That way you can call him and talk to him. He loves to talk after midnight. Don't call before now. I promise you, he won't talk to you if you do. Shylock's Pawn Shop, that is your password. He's trying to throw me off my game a little bit here. That's what he's trying. He's texting me, and I'll have to figure out some way to get back at him. The only way I know to do it is give you all his home phone number. I think that would do it right there. That'd take care of him. He has a great show here on Saturday morning. I do have to say that much for him. I can't say much else right now, but he does have a good show. 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, plays good country music. It's not just the same old grind that you hear every Saturday or every day, for that matter, on radio. Pretty much on mainstream radio anymore, you can set your clock by what song comes on there, because they play it every day at the same time, just about. But with Jay, he brings his own stuff in. He's got 2 big suitcases full of stuff, and he brings them in here and plays something different every Saturday. He takes phone requests, too. And that's a dying thing right there. You don't get many DJs. I don't know of any, to be honest with you. I think maybe WLIL, they don't do it quite the way Jay does it. They don't do it live. And he's on, Half Live anyway. At that time in the morning, he's Half Live. But anyway, he has a good show. And then he does Trading Time. And then he does Shylock's Bluegrass Picks. That's our password tonight, is Shylock. Shylock's Pawn Shop. That's a big operation over. It has been there for a long time. They've been there 30 years now. And they'll loan you money if you need some money. You just go right over and tell them that Jay Carter will co-sign on that. So whatever you don't pay, he'll pick the tab up on. Well, he won't mind a bit, I promise you, because he's loaded. He is loaded and got money, too.
Holly Gamble Funeral Home in Clinton and Lake City is a full-service funeral home dedicated to helping families deal with the loss of a loved one. Holly Gamble Funeral Home has licensed embalmers, funeral directors, and pre-fund insurance salesmen on staff. Plus, we also own and operate Grandview Memorial Gardens, so families needing a gravesite don't have to go from place to place to find their loved one's final resting spot. Holly Gamble Funeral Home in Clinton and Lake City since 1925.
Did you know that storm water pollution is the #1 source of water pollution in Tennessee? When it rains, storm drains carry untreated water and whatever the water picks up directly to creeks, lakes, and rivers. To learn how you can prevent stormwater pollution, visit tnstormwater.org or search for Tennessee Stormwater Association on Facebook. Remember, only rain should go down the drain.
This message has been sponsored by the City of Clinton. For more information, look online at clintontn.net. It's our job as citizens of Anderson County and Tennessee to help preserve our natural resources by avoiding the temptation to litter. Every year, Anderson County and the state spend thousands of dollars cleaning up litter. Last month, Anderson County picked up 63 bags of trash on a 7-mile stretch of Highway 61. Remember, littering, even dropping a cigarette on the ground, is a criminal offense. Help do your part to keep Anderson County litter-free by properly disposing of litter in trash cans and trash bags, not on the side of our roadways. Sponsored by the Tennessee Department of Transportation's Nobody Trashes Tennessee campaign and the Anderson County Litter Grant Program.
Have you taken multiple oral antidepressants but still living with depression? Neurostar Advanced Therapy, also known as TMS, is a non-drug, FDA-cleared depression treatment for people with major depression. It is approved by most insurances, and the most common side effect is mild pain or discomfort at or near the treatment site, which usually resolves within a week. Call us here in Knoxville at Depression Specialists of East Tennessee, phone 539-1031, and start living depression-free.
You know, the pandemic has been hard on everyone. If you need extra cash, Shylock's Pawn is paying top dollar for gold, firearms, and ammo. In fact, there's a high demand for items like video games, laptops, TVs, power tools, lawn equipment, musical instruments, DVD and VHS players, motorcycles, boats, ATVs, and heavy equipment. Turn your unwanted items into cash. Call or stop by Shylock's today. 1204 Clinch Avenue in Clinton, 865-457-2960. And remember, Shylock's has cash for you.
All righty. And Shylock's Pawn Shop, that is your password in that. They're located at 1204 Clinch Avenue. That's over in South Clinton. Great selection of firearms, musical instruments, jewelry, ATVs, electronics. Got a lot of electronics in there. And last time I was over, they had a lot of guitars and banjos and bass guitars and amplifiers and all this kind of stuff. So it's about anything that you'd want. They've got it over. They've been over 30 years in that over there. So they're well experienced in being in that business. They got cash for you. If you need money, just go in and tell them you need money, and they'll send you right home with it. Trading time, you got our password?
Shylock's Pawn Shop.
That's exactly right. How you doing?
I'm just trying to beat the heat, keep warm, keep the stove going. You know what I mean.
I do. I know exactly what you mean.
I was out cruising around a little bit today after the snow melted, and I seen that the gas prices is going back up.
Yeah, I think they have started easing up a little bit, ain't they?
Yeah, let's see, what is that? That's a political move.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Mr. Trump lost his power there.
Yeah.
That other, I can't remember what you call that other side. You know, I know it's Republicans on one side, but the other side that won is said punish everybody else and raise the gas prices. That still beats anything I ever seen.
Beats Henry.
Couldn't wait till they buried the fella. They had to start early.
That's right. That's right.
Well, anyway, things are all in well somehow, is it?
Oh, yeah, it'll all work out. It'll work out.
Yeah, everybody's noticing that snow. I seen on the weather where it's going to snow a little more in the morning, according to the weatherman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't even see. I didn't see the weather. I'm afraid to watch it.
Yeah, I didn't expect no snow today. I expected just rain. And after I found that it snowed, I just turned the cover back over and went back to bed and stayed till dinner time, waited till it melted.
Sounds like a good thing to do.
Everything going wonderful for you, I hope.
Oh, yeah.
After today.
Yeah, everything's working out okay, though. I'm good.
Did you tell you to eat plenty of spinach and keep your vitamins and minerals going?
That's exactly what they said. Eat spinach like old Popeye did. He was in good shape, wasn't he?
That's right, buddy. And when he got right down there, he got down to the wire and he was fixing to get wiped out, he always had a can of spinach in his pocket.
That's right. Eat that spinach and he's ready to go, wasn't he?
And people now have them cigarettes. If they'd keep that spinach where the cigarettes was, just look at the abilities they'd have.
I'm telling you. That is probably true.
Well, anyway, I don't know what I've got for sale. I'm bound to have something. I tell you what I have got. I've got a couple of two-wheel dollies.
Okay.
One's a big long one with small wheels for moving refrigerators and freezers and appliances. And if a fella come and got that thing today, I'd take $35 for it. And I know that I give about $120 for it. But I'm not going to move any more of them, I hope. If I do, I'm going to hire it done. And, hey, I tell you, I have got a refrigerator sitting here in my kitchen I'd like to sell. It's a double door. It works good. It's got a big freezer on top. It's silver to look at and black. And I've also got a nice 30 inch range. It's got 4 burners on top. It's a glass top. It needs to be cleaned up because I decided if I'm going to sell it cheap, I'm not going to clean it up. But I let somebody have that big double-door refrigerator and the electric range both for $100 bill. And the stove works perfect. There ain't anything wrong with it. Refrigerator works good. There ain't nothing wrong with it. And it does have there's a clasp missing on the top that holds the door. But other than that, that's it. The integral parts, and it freezes, and it does everything it's supposed to, except for that. You'd have to buy one, make one, or get somebody that's a machinist to cut you out one. It's just a little thing about like a heel tap on a shoe. But anyway, I'd like to sell both of them. And I've got 2 or 3 different spare tires for a Ford pickup truck. And I've got 5-lug and 4-lug both. 5-lug and 6-lug both, spare tires. And I guess that's probably about it for that. I've got I've got one small 110 heater left. I got rid of the big 220s and got rid of the big stove. I don't know much else that's percolating this time of year. Just give me one more thing. I've got one of them Power XL air fryers, brand new in the box. There's another fella told me he wanted it, but he couldn't get it till the first of next month. And that's a pretty long time off. I have to either sell it or do something with it before my 90 days runs out. And I'd take $150 for it. Now, it's also got a 4-year warranty on it. If anything happens to it within 4 years, they'll replace it or fix it. Give me a call at 865-253-2642. And I thank you and WYSH, and everybody have a good evening.
You too, Wilson. Take care of yourself, buddy.
Hey, pal.
All right. 865-253-2642 is Wilson's number. Trading Time, you got a password?
Yeah, Charlotte Pawn Shop.
Buddy, that is exactly it. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I still got that 8-foot fiberglass cap for a pickup truck. I'm asking $60 for it. It's in good shape. You can lock the tailgate and everything. And my number is 548-4913.
Okay, 548-4913.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got you covered, buddy.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Trading time, you got our password?
Yeah, I sure do, David. It's Shylock Pond.
Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, Jay trying to do some hokey dokey on you, man?
Oh, Jay? Oh, yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I've got part of you. Are you watching TV, Andy?
I'm watching it, man. What should we call him?
well, right here is the first part of his number. I'm going to give it out little by little, but by the time the show's over, I'll give you the whole time.
Hey, there you go.
Have you...
Yeah, is that going to cut your biscuits off, man?
I wouldn't doubt it. I'd say my biscuit deal's over now. What do you think?
Uh-oh. Oh, well, I don't know. If he got any kindness in the heart, he might let you have a couple.
Well, I don't know. I'll just slip up there in Miss Reba's house and he don't know nothing about it, so...
There you go.
He didn't have to...
Yeah, I've been listening to you.
Jason,
anyway, David, this is what I got tonight.
All right.
I got a set of cowboy boots. They are a work boot with the steel toe. They're brand new in the box. All the tags, everything on them. They've never been out of the box or nothing. They're all brand new. They're H&H boot is the name of them.
Okay.
You look on the internet, they're way over $200. Now, these are a size 9.5. Like I said, they're leather. And they are brand new in the box. I want $50 for them, if somebody's interested in them. And then I have, let me see, a 1965 North Carolina plate. It's yellow and black. It's in really good shape. I put plastic over it so it don't get all scratched up and stuff. But I want $75 for that plate if somebody is looking for something like that. And then I have some Garbage Pail Kids cards. Now, these are cards. Not cards, not CAR. It's not that. These are cards. These are trading cards. Right. All right, they're 85s and 88s. These are the top 25 cards. You look it up on the internet. Top 25 Garbage Pail Kids trading cards. You look them up. They'll go from $200 to $2,500. Depends on which card you want. Now, I'm not going to charge people that kind of money for them, but I am going to sell them. And I'll sell one or I'll sell them all. It just depends on if somebody wants to come up with some money and buy them all. They are in mint condition. They're in hard plastic. So if somebody that collects that kind of stuff, they need to give me a call on them. I got 49 of them. And then I have, let me see, I have 2 aluminum ladders. These are step ladders. I got a 6-foot and an 8-foot. 8-foot's going to be $65. The smaller one's going to be $35 if somebody's interested in them. And then I have let me see, I have 2 wheelchairs. These are the ones that you push around. They're in excellent shape. They're heavy duty. They got the straps that hold the people in. They got these little buzzers on them. So if you're in the kitchen and that person's in the living room or something, they hit that button, it'll go beep, 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 beep. That way you know something's wrong. Now, I'll take $50 a piece for them. I got 2 of them. I got like a medium one and then one a little bit bigger. So probably for two different sizes of people probably. But I'll take $50 a piece on them there. And then I am looking for a washer and dryer. I want something that works good, that's nothing, is over 5 years old. I don't want no front loader. I don't want it all rusted up, banged up, or nothing like that. If somebody's got a nice set, call me. If they're nice, I'll buy them. Just give me a call. Ask for Andy at 423-494-1678. That's 423-494-1678. David, I appreciate you, buddy.
You are more than welcome, Andy. You take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you again on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. That's right.
All right. Don't be too much in a hurry. Show me that little sign again.
I will.
I'll make sure I get part of that number. You know what I mean, guys? I'll talk to you later.
All right, buddy.
All right, bye.
Bye. Trading time, you got our password?
Yes, it's Shylock's Pond.
That's right. Go right ahead.
Okay, sold 2 of them train sets. I still have one HO train set. It's in the box and running. I have a diamond-plated aluminum toolbox for a full-size pickup truck. I have the trailer dolly for $35, and I have a Huffy tricycle for a 3 or 4-year-old in good shape for $8. The number to call is 865-274-1816.
865-274-1816.
Yes.
All right, we've got you covered. What kind of engines that HO track? The HO set got? Is it one?
I think it's. I'm trying to recall. I think it's a Southern. It's green and white in color.
Okay, got you. All righty. 865-274-1816.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Yeah, you're welcome. You take care. Bye-bye. That's a good price on those train sets that he's got. Anybody that fools with that stuff, that's a good price. I used to have quite a few train sets. I'd bought them at auctions and stuff over the years, and I still got 1 or 2, but I don't know where they're at. There's no telling. I've got stuff packed up here and there. Alrighty, our number is 457-1380 or 877-711-4005. And your password is Shylock's Pawn Shop.
There's no escape. You can't hide. They're following you. Your cravings for nacho fries will never stop. The warm nacho cheese sauce and savory Mexican spices will not let you get away. So there's only one thing left to do. Run to Taco Bell, because nacho fries are back. Head to Taco Bell and silence your cravings before nacho fries disappear again. Only at Taco Bell, at participating U.S. locations for a limited time only.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
Overnight driving now to morning rush hour and beyond. Very dangerous driving. Possibility of black ice. Temperatures well into the 20s. Sends you out early. Look ahead. If it looks wet, probably black ice. Lance Cunningham has a huge remodeled service center, and Lance needs more A, B, and C and lube technicians who want to make 25% more money. What a great opportunity. Call Lance Cunningham Ford Service or apply online, lcford.com.
All right, well, keep that in mind if you happen to be out driving around after the temperature drops, because there's a lot of water on the roads right now. That's not going to dry up, but it will freeze, and there'll be black ice on a lot of places. It's difficult to see, especially at night. It's real difficult to see. So if you have to be out driving around, just be sure that you stay slow and watch you going over bridges and underpasses and overpasses and that sort of thing. I guess probably everybody knows by now that Miss Helen Hammer passed away a couple of days ago. She was 98. She'd been coming into the store up until a year ago or something like that. I guess maybe it might have been a little longer than that, but she came to the store every day. She was the bookkeeper there for all those many years. Her and her husband came up here from Gunnersville, Alabama in 1952. And I remember the first little store they had down here on Market Street in Clinton. It was a little store. It wasn't much bigger than this studio here. It's a little longer than this, but it's about this wide, maybe twice as long. It probably was possibly 25, 30 feet long. And that's where they started out. They actually came up here, I think, to close out some merchandise. They already had some stores down there in Albertsville, Alabama, and Guntersville. His daddy had already started some stores down there. But when they came up here, they just kind of fell in love with this town, and they did so well with that first little store that they decided to go back down there and get some more merchandise, bring it up here, and liquidate some more merchandise. It went so well. So they kept doing that for a while, going down and getting merchandise, bringing it up here and selling it, till finally they moved into a bigger building there on Market Street. And anybody that's been here for any length of time knows that they was down in the flat down there, what we call the flat, down next to Hoskins Drugstore down there. And they stayed there for many, many, many years. And that pretty much got everybody hooked on hammers because they had that bargain basement. You go down there and Lord knows what you might find. Because back in those days, they bought a lot of truck wrecks and stuff like that. They had a lot of different type of merchandise than they've got now. Not that they don't have good merchandise, they do, but back in those days, it was different. They would, he would go out and buy where trucks had wrecked, and, you know, from the insurance company and that sort of thing. So you might find anything down in that bargain basement, and they sold a far out of stuff down there. And it's just been, and I tell you, what happened years later, that's what was the demise of downtown Clinton. And I don't blame them for moving out of Clinton because stuff had already started been happening here. But there was two big things that caused the businesses go. Because back in those days, there was 3 or 4 shoe stores down there. There was clothing stores down there. There was 3 jewelry stores on Market Street there. Grocery stores, restaurants. And it's a really, really busy, thriving town in there. But 2 things happened that took a lot of that away, and that was Kmart coming into South Clinton. Once that happened, that shifted a lot of the business away from the little merchants there because they had, well, you know what Kmart and Walmart is like. They've got a lot of different things and under one roof, and people started going over there and buying. That happened, and then when Hammers moved from Clinton, you might as well roll the sidewalks up down there because everything else was dead. Clinton was dead. And all the jewelry stores, the clothing stores, the shoe stores, it was all gone. Everything was gone by that point in time. But Hammers held that together as long as they was down there. That's how powerful that store was and how many people they brought into town. But once they moved up to where they're at now, it's just like turning this faucet off. And nothing was left. Everything moved out. And now you've got down on Market Street is antique stores and might be a restaurant or two. I don't know. I think there is. And there's a watch or clock repair down there. But other than that, there's nothing on Market Street. And that's a far cry from what it was back in the 70s. Back in the 70s, that was a really thriving street right there. There was a lot of people who showed up down there. And like I said, there was 3 jewelry stores at that time, and they did well. So, and that's where I learned to work on watches. I went to work for Gene Dagley. I bought Tom Rollins part of that business out, and Gene Dagley taught me how to work on watches. I sat there with him for years, and he taught me how to work on watches. But, you know, once all that happened, there was no business left down there. Trading time, you got our password?
Yes, sir. Shylock's Pawn Shop.
You have got it. Go right ahead.
All right. Well, nothing to say. Oh, you brought up Market Street. I just had to say something.
Go ahead.
Don't forget the old Plant Drug Store and the Twins Cafe.
Buddy, I'm telling you, Twins Cafe was the place to go, wasn't it?
I tell you what, I'm kin to them on my mom's side family. We was all kin to Seavers.
Yeah.
I am so glad I growed up in that area right there.
Oh, yeah.
We'd go to Plant Drug Store for ice cream, read magazines, go to Hassy Lassie for biscuits and gravy morning, cheeseburgers, bone kid lunch.
Buddy, you got that right. They went in there, them ladies went in at 5 o'clock every morning. They started serving breakfast at 5 o'clock. And
yeah, but they went in at 3 o'clock and started cooking. Then they started serving at 5 o'clock.
Oh, I'm sure they did. They had to be there before that because they already had it ready to go by then, didn't they?
Yeah. And here's my favorite memory. You remember when there was old Johnny Carson show?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, my mom taped that, I've still got that old tape. It still works. I'm fixing to have it transferred to DVD.
Well, you need to, because that...
I need to.
Yeah, because that tape will finally deteriorate, and that sticks together, and then you have to bake them, and then that sometimes don't work too well. So, yeah, get that transferred over.
I used to go there all the time. I do it just to aggravate them. I'd go there and make a big old breakfast. I'd say, hey, y'all off with my bill, folks. Pass me lime between the tape. I said, don't worry about it. Pay when you come back next time. That's what I do. But I just had to throw that in there. I appreciate it.
Buddy, I appreciate you calling.
All right.
Good to see you. Bye-bye. Yeah, Hassie and Lassie, they was twin sisters, and they ran that restaurant down there for years and years. And just good country cooking. Man, I'll tell you what, it was a good place to go and eat. But, and I was on Johnny Carson's show at one time, and if he gets that on DVD, I would hope that, people could get a copy of that. My goodness, you're talking about some history. That's some history right there. Trading time, you got a password?
Sherlock Pond?
That's it. Go right ahead.
I have one of the Crosswave, it cleans wooden floors, it cleans area rugs and everything. I've used it one time, and I don't have enough floor, and I've got carpet all through my apartment, so it's got all the cleaners and all the brushes and everything. I'm selling it for $150. It costs $350. And I also have a baker's rack. It's in real good shape. It's got a wine rack underneath. I'm selling for $40. Also, I want to see if anyone out there might have a set of good tires, good used tires. They're 265 70 R16s. If anybody's got a good set out there for sale at a reasonable price, give me a call at area code 865-426-7057.
Okay, now those tires were 265 70 R16, right?
Yes.
Okay, and your number is 865-426-7057.
I'm trying to find a set if anybody's got a set.
Well, you might be able to find a set of that size. They may.
Yeah, it's from a truck. The tires are getting bald on it.
Yeah, well, you need some then, don't you?
Yeah, sure do. Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy. You take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, and again, Shylock's Pawn Shop, that is your password tonight. We've still got a few minutes left here, and we've actually had quite a few calls, but we've got time to get some more stuff on here. It's 6:46. So let me get off here and see if I can get some of this stuff caught up. That they put enough stuff on here this time for about 3 shows. Sometimes I don't have any, but I noticed they got Fox and Farley on here a lot, so apparently it's people needing lawyers here in town. Or at least they thought somebody was going to need one.
H&H Body Shop is a lot more than just a body shop. Here's Darla, co-owner.
We do mechanical maintenance, and we sell tires, and we can do any mechanical thing on a car that a person might go to several different places to do. Because several years ago, we realized people was in a hurry to get their car out of the shop so they could go get their brakes done, and we have the capability of doing all those things. We have all the state-of-the-art equipment to do things. We have computerized alignment, and we have a mechanic that has credentials to work on just about any car.
So whether your car is torn up or just needs a tune-up, you only need H&H Body Shop. H&H Body Shop on North Main Street in Clinton. Call 457-9734. 457-9734. H&H Body Shop. There since 1960. There when you need them.
Consolidated Marketing Group is proud to serve veterans. If you have recently turned 65 or become Medicare eligible, call today, 865-693-8401. They would be proud to help you with your Medicare decisions. They have Medicare plans designed to work in combination with your VA benefits. Let Consolidated Marketing Group assist you now to determine which Medicare plan may best serve you. They can teach you about health plans that will provide you with access to products and programs that offer offer more flexibility and access to help support a healthy life. Call 865-693-8401 today to schedule an appointment in person or virtually with a licensed sales agent. Again, that number, 865-693-8401. CMG is not connected with or endorsed by the United States government or the federal Medicare program. Limitations, co-payments, and restrictions may apply. Benefits may change on January 1st of each year. Not all benefits listed are available on all plans in all areas. This plan does not replace or interfere with veterans' benefits.
A fully funded advance funeral plan is an important component of any estate planning. A fully funded advance plan not only covers the expenses associated with your death, but also grows over time to offset the effects of inflation when you make those arrangements with Holly Gamble Funeral Home, serving Anderson County for 85 years. Find out more by calling 457-2323 in Clinton or 426-2121 in Lake City. Holly Gamble Funeral Home, since 1925.
Alrighty, Holly Gamble Funeral Home. You may not know this, or maybe a lot of the older people do, but John Gamble, who owns Holly Gamble Funeral Home, he started out driving an ambulance for the old funeral homes. His uncle Andy Gamble had went into business with Mr. Holly. The funeral home was originally Holly's Funeral Home, and then sometime back in the 50s. Andy Gamble, who was John's uncle, he went into business with Mr. Holly. Mr. Holly was a quite older man. And then when Mr. Holly passed away, then of course it was completely Andy Gamble's at that point. But John was a young guy. John's about my age, but he was a young guy back in those days. And back then, the funeral homes run the ambulances. There was no county ambulance like there is now. Funeral homes went out and got the bodies and carried people from car wrecks and stuff like that. Of course, there was nowhere near the amount of ambulance calls as there is nowadays, but that's how John started out. He started out as a young man driving an ambulance for his uncle. Trading time, you got our password?
Shylock Pawn Shop.
That's it. Go right ahead.
Hey, I keep bothering you with this stuff, but
no, you ain't
Wilson knows what he's talking about.
He does know.
But second of all, I want you to know I remember Tom Rollins put it on. It was called the Instinct Shooting Class, and it was held at the WYSH broadcasting site.
Yeah.
And this was back in 64, 65, or 66. My papa took me.
Yeah.
I took it. They taught you how to shoot holding a gun by your side.
Mm-hmm.
We could bust aspirins with a BB gun at 10 or 15 feet after taking that class.
I'll be done.
Easiest thing. Yeah. Tom Rollins put it on. You talked about partnering with him, but I thought you might enjoy hearing that.
Well,
he
thank you.
Shot in the walkthrough down there off of Market Street when this was going on. So anyway, David, I just wanted to share that with you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, Tom was a sportsman. He was in a wheelchair. He couldn't walk. He was paralyzed from the waist down. But he was an avid fisherman and went dove hunting and duck hunting and all those different things. Anything that he could do, he was outdoors. He loved doing that. But he was quite a character. Tom owned that jewelry store, and he had went to watchmaking college down in Memphis. And later on, when Gene Dagley got out of the Navy during World War II, he went on the GI Bill. Back in those days, there was watchmaking colleges, and they actually taught you how to make a watch, not just repair it, but actually make the parts. Trading time, you got a password?
Shylock's Pawn Shop.
Yeah, got it. Go right ahead.
I'm looking for some 223 or 556 ammo, some 38 Special, 357 Magnum, 9mm, or 44 Magnum. If anybody's got any for sale, I'd sure be interested in it.
Okay.
Still looking for an old model Volkswagen
rug if somebody's got one. And old Honda XL 125s or 185 dirt bikes, running or not. And I would be interested in a Chevy Astro van that's got less than 150,000 miles on it, something I could use for a work van. And I can be reached at 482-7643.
All righty, 865-482-7643.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Bye-bye. So that's the difference between what I was and when I was working doing that. I was a watch repairman. Gene Dagley was a watchmaker. I swear I'll be that man could have took a railroad spike and made a watch out of it, because he made the staffs for them. He made wheels. If he needed a wheel, he didn't order it. He made it. He even made the hair springs to put in there. They would come in big rolls, and he would measure that off and cut off what he needed. And you couldn't just cut off a piece of wire. It had to be exactly what you needed, or otherwise the watch wouldn't run right, because you had to swing back and forth at a perfect arch for that particular watch. Not every watch was different. Every one was different. So you had to measure them and cut them and put them in there, and Gene Dagley could do that. Tom could do that. Tom was a great watchmaker. Gene Dagley was, my goodness, he was a master watchmaker. He was the Southern Railway watch inspector for many, many years here. And you had to position those watches. Back then, they run the railroad off of watches. They didn't have cell phones and all that kind of stuff to do it with. Now, the only written instructions they had was as they would pass a station, and I'm sure a lot of you older guys remember that they had somebody at each one of these stations, and they would stand out there with a forked stick, and it had the instructions on that, and they'd hold that out, and as the train went by, the engineer or the conductor would catch that with his arm, and that was the instructions for what they was going to do is on down the line. But those watches, and everybody's watch, everybody had a railroad watch, and they had to be very precise. Otherwise, you can imagine what would happen if they was off even a minute. You couldn't be. But those had to be positioned in 12 positions, up, down, sideways, on its back, on its front, and then back and forth in 12 different positions, and had to run within 2 seconds in 24 hours to be certified as a railroad watch. That's how precise Gene Dagley could put a watch. And it was a great experience being able to work with somebody like that. All righty, we have got about 4 or 5 minutes. Well, we don't have either. We got 2 minutes left. So if you got anything you want to sell, just give me a call. We'll put it right on here. I had quite a few calls tonight. I appreciate that. Don't forget about what they said about the black ice. If you happen to be out driving tonight, first of all, don't drive drinking ever, whether there's any black ice or not. And be sure you got your seatbelts on. And be sure you keep slowed down, especially on bridges and overpasses and stuff like that. Nights like this is when a lot of wrecks occur. So I will see you all Wednesday night. Be careful.
You've been listening to Trading Time on AM 1380 WYSH. Tune in Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for Trading Time, and Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. for Trading Time Prime Time, right here on AM 1380 WYSH.